The Chief Minister's debate on the motion to be amended to only reject parts of the Principal Auditor's 2018-2019 report is expected to run into next week. Fabian Picardo set out to show that the allegations made against the government by the former Principal Auditor are wrong and both factually and legally improper, a fact that is supported by a leading UK silk. He said it was important to set the record straight because of the reputational harm to Gibraltar.
Failure to address such matters in the report would also be tantamount to confirming to the world at large, beyond our frontiers, that the government accepts it has engaged in practices which are not of the standards that the world has come to expect from us. That, Madam Speaker, would be hugely damaging to Gibraltar's reputation. And indeed, aspects of the report have already been hugely damaging to Gibraltar's reputation internationally. Indeed, Madam Speaker, I will highlight the potential consequences, including potential blacklisting of Gibraltar, with all its dangerous effects for our economy and public finances, that we are unforgivably at risk of as a result of some of the worst excesses, errors, and overreach in the report.
Fabian Picardo accused the former Principal Auditor of breaching the principles of natural justice.
Not to give any person the right to respond before he is criticised in a public report is a flagrant breach of one of the more fundamental principles of our system of laws. And furthermore, as a result, the public will see that the allegations made against us, against me, and against our officials are wrong and factually and legally improper.
Mr. Picardo said the opposition's political opportunism harms Gibraltar's reputation at a critical time and undermines confidence in good governance.
A challenge to an auditor's report is not an assault on democracy, as we have been told. That an auditor's independence does not immunize them from accountability. Their role is to hold us to account, but they too are accountable in that process. Of course, we are all accountable to each other, Madam Speaker. So the notion that an auditor, a public auditor in particular, somehow makes findings against whom one cannot raise their voice, and that what is set down in the book is unappellably the truth, is for the birds.
The Chief Minister drew comparisons with the UK's Audit Office, which states the Principal Auditor is not entitled to question policy decisions.
The auditor of the National Audit Office, the head of the National Audit Office in the United Kingdom, is not entitled to question the merits of the policy objectives of any relevant authority in respect of which an examination is carried out, or B, the merits of government policy.
Mr. Picardo highlights that the former Principal Auditor gave Gibraltar's accounts a clean bill of health, certifying that the revenues and expenditures were properly presented and that appropriated monies were used lawfully. The government commissioned Jonathan Fisher KC for advice, who Mr. Picardo described as one of the UK's leading experts in audit law. He read out his conclusion.
The approach to production of the report is inconsistent with the fundamental norms of international auditing practice, which make clear that auditors are tasked with evaluating the implementation of policies rather than reviewing the policies themselves, while at times maintaining a clear division between administrative oversight and policy making. He says this: in my view, the report fails in these material respects in both form and substance to conform to international standards of independence and professional objectivity. The report contains material errors that reflect a lack of competence in its finalization, and regrettably, in my view, the report fails to adhere to the principle of auditor independence and professional accounting, ethical and auditing standards expected of a principal auditor. In consequence, the report is fatally flawed.
Mr. Picardo will continue providing a detailed analysis of each of the 9 disputed areas in the report. The opposition leader is not expected to give his reply until next week. Parliament resumes tomorrow at 10.